Hello, beautiful Pisces, and welcome back to Intuitive Energies and your roundup of the week, let's just call it. So we're finishing what the Celtic Cross gave us last Sunday for your hopes and fears and also the outcome. Now, don't be too concerned about the Tower because it came in exactly together with the Eight of Pentacles, so it's working on the foundation of your Tower for sure, okay? That's the outcome. You're going to be rebuilding something much stronger, something that came down that needed to come down. Now, for your hopes and fears, your hopes is that the universe will bring all that you need to be blissful, and that you'll always be supported and never alone. That would be your fear, right? Your hopes and fears, your hope and fear. This is you truly hoping that the universe has your back. And I'm here to tell you it does. Okay, regardless of sometimes we feel like we're alone and that we're battling some stuff, you're never alone. You are never alone. Even in the times of my most difficult moments, I was told by my guides that they were with me. And that it's almost like, even though I was going through some difficult times, even sometimes those times were even planned out for me, let's just call it, that I was never truly alone, okay? Now, you have to remember that alone doesn't mean that you're not going to go through things, okay? And what I mean is, what am I saying here? Let me see. Let me get my intuitive cup in there, okay? At the darkest times of my life, I knew I wasn't alone. I knew it. I knew it within my heart. I felt it, okay? There's a difference between how am I going to say this? Even if you're going through a difficult time, you can still feel like you are not alone, okay? You can feel like you are not alone. So it doesn't ensure success every single time. It's not that like your life, it's not that being, feeling part of the universe, part of your spirit guides, part of a bigger whole, will not ensure that you're going to be doing zippity-doo-dah down the trail of your life, right? You're not going to be going, everything is great all of the time. But the difference is that when you do not feel alone, and you shouldn't, you can get through some of the hardest times in your life, knowing you're not alone, okay? So that is the difference. That is the difference. And that is vital for us as Pisces to feel connected to something bigger, okay? Because we're not alone. We never are alone. We have the perception of being alone, but being an individual doesn't mean that we are alone, okay? So really tap into your intuition for this. You're hoping for the stability, but most of this you can create yourself, Pisces, okay? And this aloneness doesn't exist for us. Even if you are at the lowest point, even if you're vibing really low, your energy's really low, and that's when you feel like there's complete quietness, even that quietness is surrounded by love, by spirit, okay? I'm telling you, it is. It's there. Okay, so I put that intuitive, the Queen of Cups hat on, and a High Priestess. Can we be more, intuition? Can we speak more about intuition at this point? Probably not. I feel that they're saying, trust your intuition. All week I feel like they've been saying that. Trust your intuition for stuff. For things that are happening around you. Okay? Okay, so let's get this show on the road. Tomorrow, what are we doing tomorrow? Let me take a quick look. Tomorrow we're going to be looking at the full moon in Gemini. The twins. All right. So, and that is happening on Monday. Positive movement forward. Another 8. Okay. This one's the 8 of Wands with the 8 of Pentacles. I love this one. It's uplifting. It's going towards the light. We started out with the sun and the light, and you're following it. It's not just about being hit with the sun, it's about following it, right? When it beckons, go to it. This is all about you doing what needs to be done. And that brings in a sense of power. It's not just letting things happen to you, it's actually doing things so they happen to you. Okay, you're helping it along. There's a big difference. Regardless of how you're doing things in your life, if you're putting things in line for it to happen, then they're going to happen, right? There's a more likely chance of them happening than if you just sit there and do nothing. So, your progress is showing, but you've put in the efforts. You've overcome the blocks, okay? The fears. You're ready for the journey. You're putting things in motion with intense energy. So it's, hold on, okay? Because you're putting effort into it now. I feel like something wanted to flip. Oh, there it is. Victory and success. That's already come out for us. Come out again. Follow the light. Darkness, the light. Not only following the light, you're heralding it, right? You're sounding the bells, the tune to it. You're beckoning it. Like that. These are all very, very good cards. Very good cards for you, Pisces. Yeah. All right, so what else are we going to bring in here? Let's look at the energies of the 7 oracles. The oracle's gift. Love that. A tall tale. Isn't that like Pinocchio lying? I almost feel like this is saying that not to keep in check with the stories you tell yourself. The oracle's gift feels like, again, something dealing with intuition for me. That's what I feel when I look at it. And you have the 10 here. You also have the 8 coming in again. The 8 has been showing up a lot today. So let's take a look first at the oracle's gift. Nice messages coming in. When we ask for a sign from the universe, we are essentially asking for divine guidance that we believe needs to come from a source outside of us. It keeps talking about it, right? You are the oracle. This is because we don't always trust our intuition. Intuition. That's what it's talking about, right? Our ability to read between the lines and see beyond time and space. And so we ask for signs and look for a mystical reassurance that our mundane lives don't seem to offer. However, an oracle simply provides an answer that's already inside of us. Oracles show up in a myriad ways. Sometimes you see a billboard or hear a song or pull an oracle card and you get the exact message you need to support your choices or show you the way forward, regardless of how the signs appear. An oracle is a reminder that you are part of this vast universe. Trust your intuition. This is what's coming in, right? You are witnessed by the great mystery and loved and cared for. It's a reminder that life is magical and you are magical too. Today, trust in your own capacity to know what is right, to tune into source and also be able to read the signs, reflecting what is true and real within you. Let this oracle give you the gift of knowing that you're indeed on the right track. Repeat the mantra, the light within me creates miracles in my life. Good way to end a week. Write that in the comments, you guys. The light within me creates miracles in my life. We started with the sun, the light. We had the sun card twice yesterday. The light within me creates miracles in my life. And it attracts other light as well, doesn't it? The magic is inside you, outside you, all around and within you. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous, Pisces. Okay, so let's look at the tall tale. You might be telling a tall tale right now. You always know when a falsehood is spoken because it doesn't feel grounded. And this is very grounded energy we started out with this week. Okay? It's almost like you're saying when you get high on an illusionary sense that is doomed to fail at some point, it takes away your power. You feel driven by fear, but you stick to your story, though you know it has no substance. It is exactly that, okay? It's exactly. Perhaps we don't believe the truth or the right now is good enough. The tall tale are all about control. The desire for it, the lack of it, the need to maintain it, so we can manipulate the outer world and hide our inner one. So again, we were talking about our inner world. This is the outer world. This is trying to control the outer world. Okay, with tall tales. Today, ask for the truth. Be okay with the vulnerability that is exposed to yourself. Okay? To be truly empowered to reveal the strength that is true and authentic. Any other path leads you to a dead end. I like that. Truth will set you free and get ready to fly unfeathered. All right, so I read between the lines of that one because they talk about much more about lying to people and how what that can cause. But this tall tale is exactly what I've been feeling. It's the stuff of we were dealing with, we were talking about yesterday, the anxiety we put ourselves through. This is about being grounded in the right now, trusting our intuition and not telling ourselves stories about things that haven't happened yet. Okay? Make out the worst stories. I was one to do this. I'm afraid that my guys will go out and get hurt, right? And then I have that thought in my brain. And you don't want to hang on to those kind of thoughts at any point in time. But then you say, well, it'd be better if they stayed home a lot more because they wouldn't get hurt, right? But that's a what could, should, whatever, and not in the right now. Not what is happening. that at the moment they are completely safe and there's nothing wrong. Okay? My fears are my insecurities because I've lost a lot of people in my life. And that fear always remains very, very close to me of losing another loved one. And in that way, it sounds like the truth. It sounds like protection, but it is restriction. So you may be doing that for other things. That's my own, right? But you may be doing this for other things. And then people do prey on those things as well, Pisces. So you have to be careful, right? People can sense your fears. They know. And if any one of them do it, especially to my beautiful supporters, you know who you are. You come and see Jane. Jane will kick their butt. You don't do that to Pisces. You don't hurt Pisces. Yeah, Mama Jane. That's me. Practically since the age of 5, or maybe before. Okay, so the second bloom is coming in again. And yes, it was really, because right with it came the Rose of Venus. Okay. So again, I'm feeling that these cards are saying, look, Pisces, this is your second, this is another chance for you to bloom where you are. To bring out the very best of who you are. Okay? It's never too late to do new things, to have new possibilities, to bloom where you are. And then you have the Rose of Venus. It's written alignment, flow, harmony. The right relationship with yourself, with others. It's going from the tall tale to going within and seeing the light and being the light. So, let's read the second bloom. I don't think we had we? I don't think so. I don't think we read any of those yesterday, so that's good. That's good. I'm not repeating myself. I could, because, you know, my retention is a lot better, is a lot less, is not as good as it used to be. A lot better. It's not a lot better. It's getting worse. So this is the card of second chances, new beginnings, regeneration, reinventing yourself. It's never too late to surrender to what's blooming within you. All that matters is that you surrender to the buds that are longing to grow right here and be known. No matter your age or what may have previously occurred, this card is an invitation to surrender to a second bloom, to welcome the new and share it with the world, to acknowledge the passions, the longings, the creations and yearnings, and let them bud and bloom. If we properly allow things to end, new beginnings will always come. And if you look at this, this is about, okay, things to end. This tower came down, and now new things are coming. You're building something new, okay? If we surrender to the cycles of life, 37, 10 cycles, Wheel of Fortune. After winter, spring will always return. If we tend the seeds in the fertile earth, they'll eventually emerge. Just as we think, let me check here, make sure she's not hurting herself. Oh no, okay. Just as we think the season's over and winter's drawing near, some roses bless us with an unexpected second bloom. If this card appears in a spread, it's likely sign that you're set for a second bloom. I think 2024, you guys, really is going to be the second bloom for you. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah. Perhaps you have a creation that's waiting to be brought forth, or maybe it's a new relationship or passion in your life. Maybe what's waiting to be born is a new version of you. The more open we are to change, the more open we are to life. The more open we are to life, the more open we are to being born again anew. Yet this is what it means to be truly live. Being open to saying yes to life. So when you eventually take your last breath, you'll do so while still fully living. What unexpected things want to bloom within you, Pisces? All right, Pisces. So for the second card, it's called the Rose of Venus. And it talks about there's a sacred order to all things. Nature holds the codes of life, and you are a part of nature. You do too. There's an intelligent force governing all of life. The same force that tells flowers when to bloom and the planet how to spin exists within you. Our tendency to overanalyze and overthink can get us out of alignment with nature, and thus life. Our resistance to change does this too. This card is an invitation to look at anything that doesn't feel in alignment. It's a reminder to trust in the tapestry of your life, your ever-changing nature, and to be dedicated to living a life that's deeply aligned. What no longer align is in alignment with who you're being called to be. Okay? So keep thinking about that. There's a clear indication, though, here today, Pisces, that they're talking definitely about you on the inside and you on the outside. Okay? The second bloom is being less of the outward person, the one who tries to control outward environments and conditions, because even if we spend all of our time trying to do it, it's still not really going to accomplish anything, because if something is meant to happen, it will happen. Regardless of even if it's meant to or not, it's going to happen. Life happens, right? So why worry about it and suck all the bone marrow joy out of it? Instead of going within ourselves and trying to just shine the light and be guided by the light. And mean it, you know, not do it fakely, because some people, they go, oh, that's such a nice person. And every nice person I know who's been, I wouldn't say faking it, but they're just such beautiful, you know, they never hurt a soul. They all end up dying of some weird disease. It's almost like they've held on to all the dark side of themselves, the shadow side of themselves, and not let it out. They've either died from addiction, from trying to, I guess, get away from their shadow side, or they've died from diseases, like their body was harboring the darkness. So you are both dark and light, okay? Don't be afraid. I know we all strive to be perfect, but don't worry about your imperfections. When you stumble, do it wonderfully, okay? Do it fantastically well, so that when you stumble, people don't go, was that a stumble? No, she fell flat on her face. You know, and then you can pick yourself back up and see what needs to be fixed, what needs to be looked at, okay? You can't be just one straight sound to have a beautiful melody. You need the pauses. It's a balance, okay? So when you start doing this, work towards this. And that's how you start doing your second bloom, right? You want to be balanced, but you generally, like I said, want more light than dark. Dark weighs you down really heavy. Light is light, as in flowy, as in feeling better. So you want to put more light than darkness, because just one dark is worth like 3 light. So get rid of as much darkness to balance that out. Okay? I know it sounds weird, but it works. At least I feel it works. It makes sense to me. Okay, so here we go. Talking about the darkness and the light. Let's pick the dark and light decks. Why not, right, Pisces? We're in it. Let's talk about it. Let's bring it up. All right. Knight of Wands in reverse. Okay. So, of course, in the darkness, they're saying it's all about overbearing energy. It's all about not meeting up with the challenges. It's about giving up. And I feel this is the tall tale. This is the thing. It's just too much. I can't get past it. There's too much to deal with. Okay, this is it. Because the Knight of Wands, he doesn't back off. If he's in the upright, he overcomes. He's like, I'm going to overcome this. I'm going to take positive movement. I'm going to have victory. I'm going for it. But in the tall tale verse of the life that we've been leading, we have been telling these stories that it's too much, it's too hard, it's too long, it's too short, it's too whatever. Okay? But we're all dealing in not reality. The opportunity is not mine because it's going to be too hard. I'm going to apply for that job, but I'm never going to get it because there's too many people applying for it. They have more to offer than I do. So you don't even try. And yeah, chances are that, well, maybe if, you don't have enough of the required things, that you're not going to get a call back. But that comes with, as well, getting prepared for that, right? It's like sitting on a couch and expecting opportunity to come knocking at the door. You have to work at it, right? But a lot of the times we think that we don't have enough to offer, okay, enough experience, enough time. And if you have the qualifications, sometimes it's worth putting in extra something, making yourself stand above the rest, getting that shot, right? Remember, pieces of paper with resumes are fine. It has the information in it. But you can put some really interesting stuff in there. Something to catch somebody's attention, right? It doesn't need to be a lie. It just needs to be authentically who you are. And then once you get in that room, you can prove yourself. Weirder things have happened. Instead of talking yourself out of things, of how hard things are, how you can't overcome certain things, try talking in the right now. Try taking a step or movement, positive movement forward right here towards the victory and success that you feel in your heart. Imagine yourself getting the job. Why would you have even thought of it if you couldn't imagine yourself getting it, right? Why even try? Why even have the thought of trying if you hadn't imagined yourself getting it? So it's all in the way you see things, You say, yeah, but those are dreams. People make dreams come true every single day, Pisces, okay? Yeah, you have to truly assess the good. This year is all about been not the bad, not what's not working, what is working, okay? What have you got working for you? What could make you get the job? What is it about you that's different than everybody else? Everybody can learn how to do something, but why are you the best person for this job, right? The Queen of Wands is saying, shine. Show them how you shine. Show them the sun. Show them the light within you, Pisces. So I'm using work as an example, but you can use this for anything. You can use this for potential new partner, new relationship. Show them who you are, how you shine. What makes you different than everybody else, right? What makes you authentically you? The best woman, man, person for the job. That's how you got to work with it. You got to find that balance. And you got to throw that crap out the door. That stuff that makes you feel less than. Okay? Let's take the Nordic Tarot here. rebirth. The second bloom, rebirth, sounds pretty close to one another. I haven't gotten the rebirth. I haven't gotten death in this card, in this deck before. It's a very nice card. I like it. Vigilance. This is the Page of Swords in this deck, so that's a very interesting card. Like I said, I have a very complicated relationship with the Page of Swords because I feel that's a tall tale card, right? Be vigilant on the way you talk about yourself here. The outcome comes from you feeling like knowing that the universe is going to bring you anything that you need, okay? And knowing that you're supported and not alone. When you think something different, I'm going to say this outright, you're lying to yourself. You're creating tall tales. So be vigilant of your thoughts, always. And remember that this is a time for you to have your second bloom. It really is a time for you to grow into who you are. Believe in yourself. Absolutely. Believe in who you are, Pisces. I'm going to take some more out of the Ancestors deck since we're at the end of the week. It's actually the Tarot de Marseille, but I call it my Ancestors deck. I should call it its final deck. That's what I'm thinking. This is the energy there is, and it's final, because that's what it feels like when I use this deck. It's like this is all the crap you're talking to yourself, you know, this is it. And on cue, you have the Judgment card coming in. You're accountable for your energy. You're accountable for your choices. Okay? So, forgive yourself from the stuff that you've been putting yourself through. Review what you have been doing. Release what needs to be released. Change it so that you can continue on your path. Okay? It's the time of reckoning for you, but it's also the time of transition. It's a rite of passage. You're being offered a time to bloom and to become again what you were meant to be. Okay? To rebuild this tower with the Eight of Pentacles. Okay? To do good work. To do it so that next time around you have less of this and more of this. Ten of Pentacles. I mean, you can't, like, honestly, you can't do better than that. The Ten of Pentacles is the 10. It's abundance. It's wealth in all ways and shapes and forms. It's the card of saying you've achieved. You have arrived. Okay? There's a permanence to it, too. My favorite part of that card is the permanence. If it means wealth, it's permanent wealth. It's a lot of wealth, more than you can do with in one life. Okay? If you're talking materially. But in this case, I find that wealth is a very... we like to put it in material things, and the Pentacles is usually about the material, physical, material things. But in these general readings, it's about the wealth you feel within. Somebody who has $10 can feel like the wealthiest person in the world, while somebody who has billions can feel like the poorest person in the world. So, what does that mean to you? It means that these changes that you're implementing, blah, you will always feel this. You will always feel like you're planting a brand new seed that's going to bring back to you. That's going to bring back what? Stability, balance, This is worth more than anything, because with these tools you can start over as many times as you want. And it's like planting a huge garden and knowing that no matter what happens, you're going to yield something, right? You're getting something out of it. If it's not wisdom, it's actual product. So you are the gardener who is always making things happen. There's always something that's going to be yielded from what you are planting. And that's the big thing. I think in 2024, I think that's what we're going for. I think that's what's going to happen. I think that all the stuff we've been working on here, all the, the confidence and the seeing things the way they are, and letting go of the crap, and surrounding ourselves with people that we can network with, it's going to bring in this, of course, look, the Fool. It's going to bring in this brand new thing. We're going to feel very comfortable leaping into the unknown, not afraid of it, more like almost enthralled by it, like what's going to be around the corner, what's happening, what's life going to give me, right? You're going to become very open-minded to beginnings. You're going to be open-minded to adventure. It's going to give you a sense of freedom. And you're going to be okay with it, because you know that the universe brings all I need to feel blissful, to feel safe, to feel happy, because I'm not alone, right? Because I can build and rebuild. I can make it stronger. I can make alterations. I can decide to tear it all down and start over. So the Queen of Cups come out again. We had her at the beginning. It's like a reminder. And you have the Ten of Pentacles again. Okay? So it's very obvious what's coming in is that trust your intuition. Tap into it as much as you can. Live in the present day moment. Build your feeling of wealth and happiness. Okay? Fill your cup. There's a filling of the cup here. Okay? There's a give and take with the Six of Pentacles as well. This wealth and abundance that that maybe you've been chasing after, it's always been with you. I feel very much like Dorothy in being told by the good witch, you've always had the power, Dorothy. You've always had the power to go home. Just click your heels, right? It's like somebody telling you a great big secret that we've always known deep within us, but somehow it's been distorted through time. You have everything you need to make things happen. You have everything you need to take the first steps. But somehow we kerfuffle our forward momentum. But it's going to change very quickly in 2024. Because the steps you take, you're not going to do them in fear anymore. You're not going to have that trepidation. You're just going to you're going to go through it, forward momentum in life, with a lot of hope, a lot of joy, a lot of, I don't know, a higher vibration. The one you should be having. The one that connects you to spirit. The one that helps your intuition move forward. The one that it's so blatantly obvious when something is not working, right? Anyway, Pisces, I'm going to let you go with this because there's so much more to come, but it's in the year ahead. So I'm going to leave you with this, let you think on it. I'm sending you a lot of love, light, and blessings. I'm going to be back tomorrow for the full moon and also the weekly reading for the upcoming week. I hope you can join me then, and take good care of yourself. Bye for now.